Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing really well wherever you're at in the world. I hope your manifestations are coming to you because I know for a fact that if you came on this video, then your manifestation is here now. And when I say that, it is because every possibility of you exists here in this moment. Every possibility of you and the choices and the decisions you are making, it's like a game that we are playing. And when we treat this more like this game, where it's all based upon our actions in this reality, it's like RPG where you're going out on your quest and then you go up to this NPC and you ask for your quest and you want to turn it in to receive your loot. And based off of the actions that you make in this game, if you're going to go this way or that way, what happens is that you change your timeline, you change the action and the thing that is going to come to you because you're going into a different way of reality. And this is also known in quantum world as well, is that when you make a choice, then there's a parallel you that is going the opposite direction. So every decision and every choice we make, there's a split off between you and that one other thing. So when it comes to the type of action that we are taking, when we are living in the end, living in that wish fulfilled, this inspired action will come to you through signs in our reality, through numbers. We are in a very mathematical reality, and the way that the spirit realm or the spirit guides or our higher consciousness or God, whatever, will put these numerical things into your reality, or even signs like feathers on the floor or something like this. So we do not want to keep asking for signs, because then it's just going to keep showing more of that instead of the manifestation itself. But if you were to ask for one, it always tends to give you what you think about most, because this is how our reality works. And signs in itself is actually a manifestation. So when you're asking for a sign, you're manifesting it. When you're thinking of 1111 or numbers that I tend to see a lot, like 143, 888, and stuff like this, I realize that it's more because my attention is more on the number itself or these angel numbers than the manifestation. So I tend to manifest a lot of these things around me. But instead of asking for that, live in the end and know that that manifestation will come, because your power is within you. But with this game we are playing in life, it's all about just going with the flow and having patience, because your manifestation, all the work that you're putting in, believe me, it's gonna come. What we need to do, because this happens to me too, where I'm like, I want it now, I want this here, I want this now, there's nothing, I don't want to wait, right? Because the thing is that sometimes depends on the manifestation, depends on how reality needs to work around you to make that manifestation happen. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that we do not see with our eyes and what we see in our reality. Because when I say that reality doesn't exist, everything that you do not see in your perception of reality outside of that is the unknown, is the unseen that can be into the scene, the manifestation that can come into your reality. So we have to have faith and belief, knowing that what we don't see in our perception of reality will come into existence and come into what we are seeing here now. But when you're staying in that state, in that wish filled, that I tend to notice that things become more magnetic to me. And when I'm staying in that state, in that wish fulfilled, I'm starting to see things not even by luck, like literally randomly. Like I don't play lottery tickets, and every time it seems that I go play randomly once in a while, I tend to win. I lose very little for some reason. So maybe sometimes with our manifestations, but you can't just go out and play, right? It's just more like I'm trying different things for fun to see if I can stay in a state and make something happen more often, because people think that you have to play things based in life as odds or the chances of winning, when in fact you can win multiple things in life and be a winner in anything. It doesn't have to be in the lottery. I've won things I've won literally trips too. And I just had the conviction knowing that I was the winner and that I imagined myself already winning that. And it was just a matter of time. And time is also non-existent, right? But time is here because we kind of have to need time so things don't become chaotic with reality. With manifestations, time does not exist. So we have to be patient for that reality to catch up to us. But when you are living in that end, that time could happen even quicker when we are letting go and not forcing something and not thinking so much about it and having the patience that it's gonna come into my reality, it's gonna catch up to me. I just have to stay in this state. So it's all about our awareness of our reality and what we are saying to ourselves in our inner conversations and our inner talking that won't self-sabotage us. Because there's a lot of things when it comes to manifesting, but all we have to do is have our patience knowing that it is going to come and there's nothing else that you really need to do but to just stay in this knowing that it's done, and reality will start conforming to the reality that you are envisioning within yourself. Tips I can give you on helping you with staying in this state and help you to be a little bit more patient with reality is that when I become stressed or think about the manifestation too much, I become too close to it, too attached. So what I would do is I would try to get into a state of meditation and a state of that relaxed, drowsy state, which Neville would say. But I would focus on trying to do this during the daytime or whenever you're getting highly stressed about reality. Put on your headphones, find some meditation music or even like quantum jumping meditations or something. I mean, I'm even considering making one too. But these things actually work is that we want to get our state and our mind out of those negative things that is trying to bring us and pull us back to, because a lot of times it's going to bring us back to the how or the questioning or I don't see it in my reality, it's not here yet, why isn't it coming. We start getting into this like scene of the impossibilities again and start questioning and doubting. And a lot of times when I get these once in a while out of the blue that is trying to pull me back out of the state. So I would simply just get back into like a meditative state instead. And if you don't meditate, it's necessary because Neville preached about it and many others. And it's just spending time closing your eyes and getting to a point where you can hear and understand what your subconscious is doing, what it's trying to tell you. And in fact, it is literally controlling your entire life. But when you do this, you tend to take a lot of this power back because our ego is the one that likes to destroy things, it likes to try to make you change things and start questioning things because it's like, you go to sleep and then you wake up and you're like, wow, I can't believe that was just a dream. But why would we even perceive that as just a dream when that could be a premonition of what can be if you stayed in the state of the wish fulfilled? Or you have a question of, before I believe something, I need to see it. I need to see it before I believe it. This is something growing up as kids that we would say these words to ourselves and to our friends. I'll believe it when I see it. But why not believe it before you see it? And it's just the way that our consciousness works and our mind works, and we have to kind of switch out of that reality where we think that we need some kind of validation or proof within our 3D physical world before we can manifest that into our own reality, because what we see is different from what we're seeing within. But we have to learn that this physical 3D reality does not actually exist. It's only our perception of the reality. And when our perception of us looking into our reality, then it forms into our physical 3D objects, but those 3D objects aren't really there. It's only because we are aware of it. And this is science and proof. I just put it together so it just makes more logical sense for some people. But sometimes you can't be logical with reality for it to work, because sometimes being too analytical, too logical, overthinking things becomes more of a restraint and pushing things away instead of drawing things into you. So it's more like being in the flow and allowing your reality to work for you while you're just staying in the state, and just lift up your vibrations, meaning like lift up your energy. Sometimes you need to stand up, dance, play some music, or get into a state of something better than the frequency you're at. But it's getting rid of that old self and becoming that new version of you that has the desires. Because just like it's just like earlier with the game, is that we have to treat this as a game, and every decision and action we are taking in this reality will lead us closer to our manifestation. And it's all about you having the faith, right? You have the faith, you have it. The world is conforming, believe me. There's 1,000 people out in there. You're going to move mountains with this. Literally, there are thousands of people going out of their way to make your reality happen. Literally, things can shift and move around and begin conspiring and making the thing that you want come closer and closer to you. So even though we don't see it, it is here and it is coming, and it can be here any moment. We just have to stay in our state and become one with this reality, that knowing that I am that I am, that everything that I am the quantum field, I am the field itself, that every possibility is mine, that there's no existence outside of me, that whatever I want to achieve, it is possible. There is no possibility anymore possible, because it already is. It is done. It is all about the knowing and living it as fact by the conviction within us, and going about our day knowing that that thing that we are desiring, it's coming, it is here. There's nothing else for reality to do. There's nothing else you need to do in this reality but stay in that state. Like literally, you got this. There's nothing else you need to do. Just stay focused on your manifestations, stay focused on the reality around you, and just watch as things unfold, and just be ready when the reality that you want is here, because there's no turning back. And if you want to learn more about manifestation, or you want to know how to level up your reality, then check out this video here to take you to another dimension.